Welcome back to What's the Story? I am Dan Kennedy, and I am joined by Jay and Tony from the band Skyline Red. Guys, thank you for taking the time to join me.
Thank you.
So tonight we're at the bottom of the hill in San Francisco. You're headlining. It's a hometown gig for you, in front of your family, your friends, at the best club in the country.
I love it.
What are your fans going to expect tonight?
Probably a couple notes.
What are you going to hit them with?
So what I love is that you said friends and family and fans, because like my son, who's 15, will be here with his buddies and hanging out, and that means a lot to us. And it's like Jay shows up and his wife is out there, like, throwing gear out of the back of the truck and setting up the merch booth, and like it is a family affair. It's like all of it's a family affair, and we have really, really devoted family and friends that come out to these gigs like this, and the bottom of the hill, in my opinion, is the last amazing stronghold in San Francisco from back in the day, because we keep going through the ebb and the tide of clubs that are closing and clubs that are opening and things like that. But Bottom Hill is my absolute favorite club to play, period, in San Francisco, and has been for 25, 27 years. So it's really great to still have this here. And still be able to book the shows, and the person, the history, and you're able to walk right in and be like, okay, I feel like I'm at home too. Their family as well.
Absolutely.
So that's a cool moment.
It's a pretty venerable stage. A lot of heavyweights have played on the area.
Royalty,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beastie Boys, right? Deftones play here.
Green Day.
It's the list is.
We've between all of the bands over the years. You probably played this place over. I played this at least 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
And I would be pushing dozens of shows here. Like if I sat down and did the number, I'm sure it would be like more than I think.
Yeah.
But
I think you got me beat.
But just at bottom of the hill. Maybe not at other venues. But it's really great. We always look forward to it, and they treat bands correctly here. They don't mess around. You walk in and you're at a quality venue just from beginning to end. It's always a fantastic experience.
Excellent. So a couple months ago, you guys dropped your EP, The Day.
Yes.
But what fans want to know is when they can buy The Day the Earth Died.
Well, that's the final rendition of 3 EP moments.
So when is this going to culminate?
So we are not giving out any dates that we're working on.
Okay.
We're not going to do it because it's a moving target for each EP. Yeah, we got the first one out, and then it changes just a little bit, when we start to, we're going to do this single, we're going to do this video, we're going to do, it fluctuates just a little bit. So obviously we have another EP coming pretty soon. Yeah. It's not going to be forever. And so you think about that time frame with one more EP, and then we're going to do the double wax with the special songs and all the stuff that you didn't get on the other 3 EPs. Yeah. So there are no target dates, but it will be a steady flow of music and videos that entire time.
So you mentioned the videos. The videos for Devour and Less Every Day are fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me about the making of those videos. Who did them for you?
So Scott eked out this artist.
Okay.
Completely just like looking for cool stuff online, and he found this artist, and absolutely amazing guy. What is his moniker? Likazor. And
Ukrainian artist.
And it was when all the Ukrainian stuff is at its height of tension and all the crappy Russian moments. So for us to be able to support someone's art and pay them was fantastic, because someone in the Ukraine is in a whole different world than we were in America, sitting here, with our cold beers, complaining about stuff, and this guy's living the real deal, like life-threatening moment. Yeah. And so to be able to support that was a big deal for us. But we captured that. We paid him got a certain amount of stuff from him, and holy shit, we're able to do 2 solid videos from all of that content.
They're amazing.
And so cool. Yeah. But that was really our bass player's throw. Like, he was just like, oh, check this out. I found this guy, and we were all just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I think when you look through it from the lens of the Ukrainian artist, I think it kind of puts even a deeper spin on it. Not to, everybody has their own interpretation of what's going on. It's a very loose plot, but I mean, I get something new out of it every time. I mean, this is why we do it, so we can watch our own shit.
Seriously.
And be proud of it, So I still, if I watch it, from a fan perspective, I still kind of get.
And not one of our faces is in it.
No.
So
Thank God.
The beauty of that is thank God we didn't have to look at Jay any longer than we had to. So.
Okay. So Jay, you have said that you've waited 20 years to put this band together, this lineup. Tell me about this lineup.
I have. I feel like this lineup is a true brotherhood, and it's a true band. I think being in a band, I go back to the days of being in a band, and you're basically in a gang.
You're a family.
Yeah, and you're a gang, but you're a family. You have each other's back, and we've all been through trials and tribulations with other bands, and I've been in situations where you don't exactly get along with people, and at the end of the day, man, it's to make music with other human beings that you love is really a beautiful thing, and
it's one of the most special things.
One of the most special things, and not to mention everybody is on par and super talented. Besides myself, but all the other members.
Excellent.
It's because he plays that traditional.
Yeah.
So you must own the name of the band, Skyline Red.
Yeah. Well, we all do.
You all do.
Correct.
But who is the leader of the band?
That's funny because we've gone through some changes. We've had some
pandemic.
Between the pandemic,
I mean, roller coaster for a lot of bands. And
so a lot of great musical relationships, came to an end. But I kind of lack of a better term, maybe handpicked a lot of these guys, or it's actually just came together. I've been looking at him for 4 years. I've been trying to court this guy.
I filled in.
I don't look at it as a leader. I don't think any of us really look at it
none of us
a leader. So
like Jay's the OG member of Skyline Red.
Yeah,
he was here from the beginning. I've been in here like 5 years or something already.
5 years.
It's like 5 years. Yeah, so
like that.
I'm still filling in on gigs. I hope I get in the band soon. Anyway, but it's just it's the connection where when things went this way and we were like, oh, we need members. I was like, well, I have this other band, and there's a great guitar player in there who's never really had his moment with an original band. Let's try him out. And then when Jay and I were talking to him, he's like, oh, I know this bass player. And so it just all falls into place, but it couldn't have been easier. And after playing music like Jay and I have for 35 years, you just kind of, there's a lot of hard moments, and there's a lot of things that will ruin a band that are less than what this has happened to us.
Yeah.
So to have it happen so fluidly, and then to be able to write a bunch of more music and still touch base on some of the older music, and we don't want to let that go by the wayside, and pay homage to the previous members in the band too. That's important, and it's cool.
It came together pretty organic.
So it's great to have this lineup. It's like it's really great because we get into a room and it's just like ideas are insane. They happen very quickly, and I've been in bands where you're just like, oh my god, like I am literally gonna shoot myself if we can't get past this one fucking idea problem that we're playing for 97,000 times.
Yeah.
We don't do that. It's just like big picture, always big picture. So that's nice.
Yeah. All right. And in the grand scope of this band, looking back from the beginning to now, what is the importance, if any, of the Slash and the contest you won?
Yeah, that was huge. What an opportunity.
Yeah.
The exposure, and just to work with a musician of that caliber, and also
producers of that
and the producer of that caliber too. I learned a shit ton.
I wasn't there, but I'm just saying. Like for me, that's a fantasy.
I learned a shit ton from Mike Klink, and we did it at East West Studios, which was Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra's old place, and it laid fallow for a while, but then they reopened it 15, 20 years ago. I could be wrong about that. So, but Chili Peppers were recording their record across the hall, and it was just amazing. They did Shawshank Redemption there. The board was from here to that wall, and I asked Mike, I'm like, hey, how come there's so many channels? He's like, oh, we did Shawshank here. So every single orchestra piece needed to have a channel. But the Slash was awesome, and it was the Guitar Center was great in order to he chose us out of 12,000 bands, so that definitely kicked us in the ass. We weren't really actually a full-fledged band at that point. We had been together about 2 months.
Oh, really?
And I was in another band, and my previous band said I couldn't do both, so I ended up walking. This kind of touching on the personalities of the music business, and kind of maybe circling back to the previous question too, about you find out kind of who your friends are, know, and so I ended up doing that, and
that's cool. And there's aspects of that story I didn't even realize.
It proved to be really good for the band, and also I'm a musician by trade, so I own a music center, and we do a rock camp for the past 15 years. So that helped my business as well, and I teach mostly for a living too. So I play drums all day, every day, all styles, Afro-Cuban to metal to jazz. That's how we survive in the Bay Area as a musician.
Sounds like living the dream.
But yeah, absolutely. And on a shitty day, I can't complain.
Yeah.
We can't complain. Getting to do this. When people are getting bombed in the Ukraine and all that stuff. So it's a super blessed. So the Slash thing was a blessing. For me, I had a career before that. not downplaying that, but we've been I've been playing in the area since I was 12.
Yeah,
I opened for Blue Cheer at the MAB.
The Mabuhay Gardens? Oh man,
at 12 years old. I was like, I made it big.
They closed.
Backstage is an alley.
I'm in the basement.
Yeah, I'm in the basement. Yeah, right. And on Broadway's upstairs.
Yeah.
Anybody, all the old school SF, people. And the Stone was across the street.
Yeah.
But so we go way back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To be able to have a single forever that has Slash on it.
And what's cool
incredible.
is you look at that stuff and you look at the hits that it has, still, and it's super helpful for us now, and it always will be. That you look at something that has 85,000, 90,000 hits on it. And that might not be big numbers for the TikTok fucking revolution, but I'll tell you, it's really cool to look at that for us, because we work for every single view that we get.
Absolutely.
We work hard, and when you have 3,000 or 4,000, you're kind of high-fiving. And then when you see something in that realm that has tens of thousands,
million,
yeah, exactly. it really
nice,
is a cool thing, and it does help. So I'm thankful that happened to these guys, even though I wasn't a part of it. It's still a cool thing to be like, yeah, that's awesome.
That's actually why I wanted to ask, to see what your thoughts on it, now that you're in the band and you weren't there. But that's cool.
Anything that is a positive moving forward moment that is potentially life-changing, because any way you look at it, when you meet your heroes and you hang out and then you get to have them on your record, that doesn't suck.
No, that's awesome. So are there rules to being in this band? Like you can't do this?
Okay. I was going to say that. I tried it.
That's an easy rule? That's an easy rule? All right.
You too.
I know, totally.
So, Tony, you mentioned that you're in other bands.
Yeah.
And I know Scott last year toured with Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep.
And do you all have side projects?
Well, Thomas and I are in a side tribute band called Rusty Chains. It's Soundgarden, Alice in Chains stuff, and it doesn't play that much. Not really that, but I've had a band for the last 10 years called The Devil in California, and it's like I'm not just chucking that over my shoulder to be in any other project, but there is ways to do it all, and you just have to have the right support around you. You have to have the right band members in each band. Everyone has to be flexible and understanding, and you have to have a good wife. You have to have a good woman. So I definitely have all of those things to be in several projects.
Okay.
And it works.
And how do you decide who gets what songs when you write a song? How do you?
Well, in every band
question.
that I'm in, I make sure I don't want to be in a band if people are nitpicking about splitting things that aren't equal. So no matter how many people are in that project, all equal split all the way around, and that way you even everything out. The keel is always even, and you never have to worry about someone pushing for something because they think that they might make more money in the end. So the beauty of, like, say, okay, if there's 4 members, everybody gets 25% no matter what we do. So equal songwriting credits to no matter what instrument you play, no matter what you do, you sing, you play drums, you whatever, it doesn't matter. If you orchestrated strings on that record, you still get 25%. So that just evens everything out, and then all you worry about is how good the song is.
Yeah.
So it takes away all the other things.
Keeps it copacetic.
Excellent policy. That doing it the other way with splitting up the royalty rights with just the writers ruins bands.
It does.
But what I really wanted to know was, how do you decide that this band is going to get a song, or if you're going to give it to Devil in California?
Well, the beauty is I sing.
Yeah.
So for me, everyone comes up with riffs in the other projects.
Okay.
So I don't sit down and work out riffs. I'm a terrible guitar player. I am a terrible keyboard player. I can barely get by. I kind of know what's going on with certain things. But for me, they'll be like, hey, we came up with this riff. And then I'll be like, cool, we'll take that riff, we'll make a skeleton, and then I'll take that from that project. And then I will add the melody, the lyrics, whatever, like I'm the first person to come with the ideas for lyrics and melody, and then we work from there. And then everybody has a potential to have their 2 cents. Like, this chorus isn't working, it's not whatever. Let's change it. Let's do this. Okay, cool. But no one is like, this is my baby, and I need to have those rights. So it's still the same thing. Gets back to that thing where everyone's open more.
Yeah.
To write together, because everyone is the exact same equally. And so if one thing gets used on a movie, or if one thing gets used on a commercial, everyone gets paid the same damn amount.
That's good.
So it just, like we were saying, it just evens everything out. But for me, I don't play an instrument like that. So I don't ever come into the studio with a guitar and go, hey guys, this is what's up. I come in and listen to the guitar and go, give me that. Hey guys, this is what's up. So, because I was a drummer before I was a singer. So, that's what we have in common, which he's annoyed by it sometimes.
No, I'm not.
Because I'm like,
it's awesome.
But your
That sucks.
but your instrument
Not
is
even
your
We both
voice.
have
Not
big
even-
ears.
I'm
We both
just
have
fucking around.
good
Just
listening
messing around.
ears. It's all good.
But your instrument is your voice.
definitely.
And when I hear your voice, I hear just beautiful sounds. I hear Dave Manichetti.
Awesome.
I hear Lane Stelly. I hear Mark Lanigan. I hear all my heroes.
Wow. My heroes too, dude. So thank you.
So
that's
where-
the ultimate compliment.
How did you develop your voice?
Man, I don't take credit for really any of that. It's like one of those things where when I was in grade school, I was attracted to singing in choirs, and I could just sing pretty effortlessly in choirs. And by the time I was in 7th or 8th grade, I was in concert choirs with all the high school people.
Yeah.
And so me and my other friend, Chris Lucas, we were the only 2 youngsters, like, with all of these older kids, because we were singing better than they were. And the people that were running the teachers were like, oh my God, you can't be in this. You have to be over here in the concert choir. So it was always just something that was, I felt like pretty confident with. And I didn't take a lot of lessons or a lot of direction. As I got older, I was able to sing smarter and have better technique and use my voice better. But I've been super, super blessed and always just been able to belt, so that's great. There was definitely a moment where I'm just like, why am I sitting behind the drums? This is kind of, I love playing drums and I don't ever want to stop playing drums, but I really think I could do a band better service if I was singing lead.
Do you do anything to take care of your voice? Do you smoke?
Nope. No, not a big smoker. never really smoked a ton of weed. Never smoked cigarettes on a regular basis for sure. Partake in a little bit of this, but my voice,
Do you warm up?
has been very resilient, and I'm in my 50s now. So for me to be able to still sing, and there's parts of my singing space that I'm singing way better than I was when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, hey man, just keep on riding it as long as it keeps going on. Do I warm up? Not as much as I should. Usually not.
Yeah.
And
Just a bit of the Irish tea.
just a little Irish tea.
Yeah. So you guys have
touche.
So you guys have played some pretty big gigs. You just last week you opened up with James Durbin. You played with Lynch Mob. You played with Powerman 5000, Head PE, Puddle of Mud, Dawkin, LA Guns, John 5, Doobie Brothers, and Boston. Fuck, you played with Boston. That's awesome. Who, out of all those guys, who has treated you best?
I thought Dawkin was kind of cool.
I think
we
that
got to
was-
hang
that
out
was
with
cool.
Dawkin a little bit
It
at
was
the
just
Rainbow.
cool to be able to hang out and sit
Yeah.
down next to someone that, like I just remember sitting there on a crappy couch in the 80s, like watching certain videos and just being like, fuck, I would just love to play with these guys or hang out with these guys. And then the next thing you know, in 2 snaps, you're like sitting next to these people and you're just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And they're just like normal folks down there.
Slash was like that too.
And just that's
Super cool.
That's a pleasure, because you never. I mean, there's some rock stars that I've met that it's been a massive disappointment,
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, oh my god,
Me too.
this person is
Yeah.
a terrible person. You're a terrible person. I'm gonna go now. Yeah. So anyway,
So, okay, I want to give you a compliment, Tony. You're a handsome dude, and I want to know if anybody's ever told you that you look like the actor Andrew Divoff from the Wishmaster franchise.
oh god, no,
No? Oh, okay.
no.
Yeah,
No one
yeah,
has.
yeah.
No one
I
has.
see it whenever I see you. I go, man, that guy looks like that guy. Okay, never mind. So, you guys are old dudes like me. How do you balance life with family, kids, wives?
Man, it's different from year to year, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
my kids are older. I got like a daughter in college and a son in high school, and it's intrinsically much easier when they're bigger. He's
Yeah.
still got a little one.
I got a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot more of that chasing legwork than you are, organizing their life.
Yeah.
So
Also-
and that gets back to the good woman part.
Absolutely. I
Because
concur.
if you don't have a wife that just is a badass and that crushes and that loves you for exactly the reason why you love music and just supports you and says, go get it. If you have a wife that's like, I can't believe you have band practice for the 3rd night this week
Yeah.
with 2 different bands, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not, and I'm not saying that we don't ever put anything above anything else. We just work everything out.
Yeah.
We just work it out and make sure that we do the best we can to cover all
Absolutely.
the bases. So
Absolutely.
it is hard. But people, when I was younger, said that I looked like Ethan Hawke.
Whew.
I don't think I do anymore. But when I was younger and skinnier,
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke was the thing. I would get it at the bar all the time.
Yeah.
With a little longer hair. I got the same snaggle tooth, I don't know, man. I've had so many people come up and that's it. No one's ever
can
said
see
I
that.
look like
I can
anybody
see
else.
that.
Hey, that's a good looking dude to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work too, right?
Yeah.
There was one time where I said, yes, are you Ethan Hawke? I was just like, absolutely.
All right. So, lastly,
Never mind,
what's last for, or what's next for Stateline Empire? We have a major label tour. We have what are we doing?
Well, we got to see. I mean, we're using all the powers that be and shopping music and trying to figure stuff out. Scott's got a great connection with Five Finger. I mean, he's in the band. He's a backup singer now, and he's tours with them, and he's about to tour with them some more. So he's pulling some punches over there, and we're all just kind of trying to figure out what we can pull off and how we can do it and how it works with all of our lives. And if something big, an opportunity that we all said, oh, this is like something real. We've all kind of been through the ringer with the music business, so we know, so it's like either this is like a waste of time or you're throwing money out the door or there's a potential here.
Yeah.
And if we all go, there's a potential here, we're gonna put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tony and
Yeah.
Jay.
Hey,
Thanks for
cheers,
having
dude.
us.
Seriously.
Thanks for
Thank you.
listening.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Check
And
it out.
you guys at home, leave us your comments below. Let's have a great conversation about this band. And thanks for watching What's the Story.
Check us out. Spotify.
Cheers.